Good morning. I brought you a delicious smoothie.
Have to get up now.
That means get your ass out of bed, sassafras.
Oh, we gotta check out our flight for tomorrow.
I know, get your butt up, let's do things. I already went for a run, working on the vlog. It is Tuesday, and shit is going down. Get up. My thoughts exactly these. Come on, babe. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Shake your head. That hair is extra tall today. Get your dad shirt on. Just getting all the finishing touches for VidCon tomorrow. Gotta get a haircut. That's number one. Gotta get lunch, number two.
Gotta get my eyebrows did.
Yep. Yes, you do. They're looking a little caterpillar. Yeah, you got some caterpillars on there.
Caterpillars are good.
I was wondering why you had some on there. A couple days ago, I guess it would be now, Allie had like kind of a, I want to call it like an interview, but asked me a bunch of questions that I normally don't talk about in a, I don't want to say an honest sense, but in a real uncut, raw sense. A lot of you guys suggested that we do the same thing for Allie, so we're gonna do that today. Since we are kind of doing all this stuff today, getting ready for VidCon, I'm just gonna ask some questions throughout the day, so that way, you know, we can get things done as well as do this video.
That doesn't bother me at all. I feel like I've already said that. That doesn't bother me at all. That's your life, you know. You are one of those people out there that, you know, usually you get into a relationship and, you know, there's photos that people have to deal with or whatever from their past relationship. And I don't even want to say deal with because I think that's so silly. Everyone has a past and we have different ways of documenting it, whether it's photos or videos or talking about it or people in our life that know exes. But it doesn't bother me. When I say like it doesn't bother me at all. You had a beautiful past with somebody and I had a beautiful past with my ex-boyfriend. I mean, it's just, that's life. If I were to get upset or mad or anything about that, I think that would be incredibly childish and rude and just wrong. I love that now we're sitting in a parking lot. It is a little intimidating, like doing it this way. Yes. No. You know what? No, I don't. I actually don't regret finishing college because I'm doing what I love today. I have zero debt from college. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me on this. I don't know. It's not for everyone, and I loved college, but I don't think it was for me. And how many people out there actually use their college degree? Not that that's like a good excuse, because it's not a good excuse, but some days I do wish I went, like I finished, and I may go back and finish it. To be completely honest, right now I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not disappointed in myself. For me, that's kind of a hard question to answer because I feel like I'm gonna get so judged for it.
All right, switching locations now.
Honestly, like when I first saw that out, I thought it was so funny. I even asked him, I'm like, do you have some freaky weird fetish? And he was like, no, it's just a weird coincidence. And I like laughed it off. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it really doesn't bother me at all. It's funny to me. It's a weird coincidence. I dated another Charles, well, kind of dated a Charles a long time ago. So you're my second Charles. I cried. I really contemplated if I was doing the right thing by being in the videos. And then my mind went a different way. My mind was like, should I be dating this guy? Because I don't want people making fun of me like this. And I had to step back. I think I talked to my mom. And my mom's like, don't let people pull you away from something good. Don't let the opinions and false rumors, false whatever the hell they were saying and writing and whatever, pull you away from somebody that you care so much about. She asked me, she's like, do you love Charles? Or do you care for Charles? And I said, yes, I do. I was like, I care about him a lot. And she's like, well then just remember these are just words on paper. And it's hard to not look at words on paper and not get upset, because I still get upset when I read things about myself. I mean, it broke my heart. It sucked. It still sucks. It still sucks. My mom, I had to show her. Then my friends, I didn't tell anybody for a very long time until everybody found out. Like, I mean, I told them what you did, but I didn't really like show it to the extent, I guess. I don't know. Like, I didn't want to tell anybody when I started getting on video with you. Very nervous and apprehensive to do that, just because I was a very private person. That changed. I think I just wanted to maintain some sort of privacy, even though it's not private at all. When I did tell my friends, a lot of them knew, and some of them kind of like made fun of me for it. Not made fun of me because of you, but like, oh, you're on YouTube now, and they kind of like backhanded a little. Honestly, kind of mean to me when I told them what you did, and like told them that you were in a band, and they kind of like poked fun at me a little bit, and then the rest of them were like so supportive and very curious, and my family was always so curious and so supportive. I feel like I was going to lose a lot of my privacy. I was such a private person, and I liked keeping things private. I mean, even like I kept things like my relationship, anything that happened in my past relationships, to myself. Being in the daily videos, everything is just broadcast out there. Past, future, what's happening now in our lives. That was like the hardest thing for me to accept, was that the privacy was going to be gone. Yeah, privacy. To be completely honest, it didn't really faze me. But I was just kind of like, all right, this guy has issues. We all have issues, but this is more like, yeah, he has a brain tumor, but he's okay, but I like you. And I'm like, I like him. Who cares if he has a brain tumor? Who cares if he has seizures? Should that be something that kept me away from dating you? And no, it's stupid. Why? That's so dumb. Honestly, that is probably the dumbest thing ever. If I didn't, was there the fear of like, what if you get very involved with this guy and, and he passes away, and shit, this sucks. I mean, that runs through your mind, but I didn't want that to like dictate my choice in dating you, because I liked you, and now I love you, and you're doing great. For you, I did it because I know you were struggling, and it was really hard for you to do your job. That's pretty much the reason why I did it. I was like, I can't do this to him, it's too hard on him. And so I decided that I kind of knew people were gonna hate me. Like, I knew they were gonna hate me. They kind of already did, even though I wasn't in the video. I don't know how to explain this without coming off strange. It makes sense to me, but I don't think it's gonna make sense to anybody else. I was afraid of how bad the judgment was gonna be. Like, not judgment, how cruel people would be. Because I knew it was gonna get worse when I got shown. I knew that there was gonna be a lot of judgment. I didn't think that people would go as low as like judging what I looked like, but I knew that there was gonna be some harsh things that were said. And so that was the one thing I was really scared of. And then I was scared of people not liking me. I think that was a big thing. Is like, I didn't want people to not like me because of whatever. And that sucked. I mean, that was probably the other thing that I was most nervous about, was not being liked, and then just being like crazily judged.
Okay, right into it.
I got nervous that our relationship was not going to be a relationship. It was going to be a battle. We would always be on the defense to the point where we wouldn't spend time with each other. Does that make sense? Did I ever want to break up with you? No, never. I liked you a lot, and I liked the way I felt with you, and it was kind of weird, but it was really hard. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was so hard, because I've never been in a relationship where from the start it's rough like that. And it's not even us doing it. Like, it's not two partners that don't get along. Like, it wasn't like we were in a relationship where you and I were constantly fighting and hated each other. It was outside individuals that were making it tough on us. I never wanted to break up with you, ever. At Diesel, I was with my first boyfriend, my sister's ex-boyfriend at the time. He and his roommate had Diesel as a puppy. I guess they couldn't take care of him. He was always in a cage when he was at home. It wasn't their fault, it's just they were working all the time. And I ended up getting Diesel from rescuing, but not like in a bad way, like rescuing Diesel from them. And I've had him ever since, and he's a little lunatic. So the first time that I was around Charles when he had a seizure, we were on a tour bus. I don't even know if you had told me at the time you had seizures. I don't remember. I feel like you did tell me you had seizures every once in a while. I'm like, what to do? So anyways, I was on a tour bus with you. You started having a seizure. I kind of leaned up and tried to roll you over, but I couldn't because I was in a bunk and they're like this big. And I was freaking out. So I was like, Caitlin, because Caitlin and Hunter were right below us. And so Hunter actually got up and helped me with you. Got your medicine, everything. Like, was really just stepped into action and helped me out really well. I remember I was so overwhelmed. Like, you finally started coming to and you felt terrible about it. Like, you were so embarrassed. I got really emotional over it because it's such an intense thing to see. And you're scared, but you feel scared for the other person, so I like felt really scared for you. And so I remember I couldn't go back to sleep, so I went and I sat at the front of the bus and I kept checking on you while you were sleeping. There was a point where I got like really emotional and I genuinely felt terrible. It's probably one of the scariest things I've ever had to experience. And to this day, it's still scary. I think the ones where people say like, I'm a home-wrecking whore, cheater, I broke up a marriage, call me stupid. I had someone told me that, literally like harassed me on YouTube and on Instagram and things of that sort, and told me that they were going to rape and kill me because I was a dirty slut for destroying their marriage and I deserved everything that was coming to me. Those really suck. I think also when they attacked, like said awful things about my family and then about you and your family, or when people made comments about, you know, you deserved cancer and you deserve to die, that made me so flippin' pissed off. Like, I can't even, and I know it's just words and it's just writing and it's just people typing behind a computer. I could never in my entire life ever write out what was written towards me or written towards you at the time, written towards your ex, written towards your parents. Like, all of those things were so bad, and it blew my mind that people were brave enough to do it. You know, like really, I feel like that's a very brave move to call somebody a home-wrecking whore and telling people they deserve to die. It sucks because I can't say one particular comment, but I can tell you that there were many comments that said that stuff. And there still are. Every once in a while, we just filter them out. First off, I say why. It's like the most flattering thing in the world. I think the one thing that I love so much about this job, like on the days that I don't want to do anything, like on the days that I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm sick and tired of people saying what they say, and on those days where I just like, F it, I don't want to do this anymore, I think about those people that come up to us and they're like, I'm battling depression and I just see how happy you guys are, and you know, that you guys can get through these tough moments, and it makes me realize like why we do it together, and I love it. It makes me, I don't know, I feel so proud. I think that is something we're gonna have to talk about. As an adult, I know that like what's written on the internet is not true and necessarily not true. And people are mean sometimes because they're having a bad day and they're gonna say mean things. I'm not sure I want to put my kids through that yet. I think if we do raise our children on the internet or bring them into the internet, I might not have them on all the time, or I might be really regulated with what they can do on the internet. I think that that's where the strictness of the parent, you know, like what we were talking about the other day, is gonna come in. I don't know, I think when that day comes, it's gonna be something that you and I are really gonna have to talk about and really make sure that we're 100% okay with having our kids on the internet. Because right now, I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I'm leaning towards yes, I will do it. This is real. I have bags now. I'm crying. For those of you who have always supported Charles and his family and his friends with Kings, me even, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys are incredible. I am so thankful that you guys welcomed me, and I'm so thankful that you guys, you know that we're always here for you. Always here for you. And I just want to say thank you. I think that's the biggest thing, is like, thank you so much for the love and support, and thank you for bringing me out of my shell. You know, thank you for making me a stronger person. Through the struggles of what we went through in the beginning of our relationship, kind of pushed me to work so much harder in this relationship. So I have to say thank you to the supportive group in this community, but also, as strange as it sounds, to the non-supportive group in this community, because I think that you guys all together, supportive and non-supportive, pushed Charles and I to work so much harder at our relationship than I think I've ever done in any relationship in my entire life. It pushed us to be incredibly honest with each other, to be some more supportive to each other, to be more loving, to be more open-minded, and to honestly to not care as much, as strange as that may sound. I'm sorry, this video kind of freaks me out. I'm very nervous. I don't know why. We have a camera in our face every day, but I'm really freaked out by this one. But just thank you, and I love you. I love all of you, even the turds out there. I love you too.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm so glad that you guys asked all these questions and you wanted us to do this with Allie, because I feel like there's so many unanswered questions that she was able to go through. We're gonna go pack right now.
And I'm sorry, I didn't want to be mean, but I'm being honest.
You're a horrible person. We're gonna go pack right now for VidCon, so we'll hopefully see all you guys there. If not, we'll see you guys tomorrow on the videos. Have a good night. Bye, guys.